We are live.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
We have Grayscale, Elizabeth, Monique, Madonna. Oh my goodness. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, ladies, gents. Good
Hello,
morning.
everybody.
You guys see who we have down here, don't you? Down under.
A black cat.
Yep. Black cat.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. That's Sonya. That's Sonya the black cat from down under.
She is down under.
Yeah. And she is down under. She down under, darling.
I am trying to get this pulled up.
Oh, Facebook.
Now, yeah, I guess it'll start in a minute. Everything's behind. Um, So how's everybody doing this morning? Because I feel pretty good so far.
Love you, Monique.
Sandy, how are you feeling this morning?
With my
I
hands.
said,
I see
I knew that
there.
was coming. I knew it was coming. I was
Well, I
waiting.
mean, you can feel with your feet.
That's true, but it's more fun with my hands.
Good morning, Calico Dawn. I was talking about
Hey,
you this
Callie.
morning.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. There she is.
Hey, Sonia.
Your your cat stood in for you.
Oh, did it?
Good morning,
Yeah.
Sanwana.
Hey, San Juana.
We talked
How
about
you
Sanwana
doing?
too. We talked about all
Yes,
you
we
guys, but
did.
I promise it's not bad.
No, we don't talk bad about y'all.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning,
Cal-
Chris.
Callie, we were talking about what do you call it? Homeopathic? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
I
them
want to
home
make sure.
remedies.
Yes,
Home remedies, yeah.
yes. And I said, I think that you do a lot of home remedies, Callie. I think you do the things that. Um, oh, Callie, Callie's just not going to bed. Good morning, Myra. You, Callie, you've been up
I'm
all
glad
night
you popped in, Kelly.
because you live in Canada. Yes, she does the home style recipes, home style medications. That's
Yep.
the good medicine.
Oh yeah, the
Which
best kind.
which is one of the reasons why I did actually go see a naturopath. Um, who
Gotcha.
also is a GP, or she does both.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I get you.
well, that's like 2 hours, 3 hours
3
sleep.
hours. Yeah,
Oh,
if she
my
went
brain
to
will work,
sleep.
and I can do maths soon.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's late at night for you, so
Mm.
hey,
Oh,
John.
I'm more awake now than I am first thing in the morning. I hate mornings.
And some beef jerky to try. Yum oh. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I like that idea.
Good morning, John. Good morning.
Hey, Myra.
Why am I knew I was getting an echo, but I couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
I don't know. I don't have anything open.
I
Let's
don't
I
know if
see.
can't
I've
hear it.
ever. Can you eat rhubarb by itself? I don't know if I've ever eaten rhubarb.
Yes, you can.
I
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of times it'll be strawberry rhubarb.
Rhubarb's Well, it's tart.
Yeah. I don't eat a lot of it because it makes my tongue go funny.
Yeah. Hey, Elizabeth. God bless
Okay,
you too, Callie.
I will do that. I will look up rhubarb because it's in the
Mm.
grocery store. I just
Oh
have to
yeah.
find it. All right, let me go find the shop vac and put it to the
Just
back.
just don't feed any rhubarb to your animals because it's toxic.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
There she goes again.
I know Tatum went and
Oh, interesting.
Whoa.
Makes a good
What was
wine.
that? You okay? Oh, that's the shop vac. She didn't fall over it. Crazy woman. Oh
I can't eat celery. Well, actually, I can eat it. I just can't swallow it.
yeah.
My throat makes
I
me
don't want.
gag. Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay. Hmm. Hey, can't be any more toxic than what we spray on ourselves. Keep the bugs away.
Mm. Well, that's good to know because I'm just coming into spring.
Come. Okay, stay out. Y'all stop it. You're driving me crazy.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Kudzu? No,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna eat no kudzu.
What is it?
It'll take over everything.
Always something. Always something. I'll be right with you guys.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
can mute myself, you guys, so
Kudzu
you don't
will
hear me
grow
scream this
everywhere.
early in the morning.
I've heard mouthwash, mint and peppermint mouthwash is really good to spray in the chicken. I'll learn to speak. The chicken pen with the rabbits. It keeps away the mozzies.
Hmm. Ain't that her name, B? Good to see you, sweetheart.
Apparently, if you mix the mouthwash with Epsom salts, it sticks better to the surface you're spraying.
Okay. Good morning, Leticia and Darlene. What have I missed? You guys. Oh, kudzu.
What is that? Like, but what I read, it's like a potato plant.
No, kudzu was brought over here to help the erosion of our like land erosion, but
Okay.
it took over. It just went wild, and it's
Mm.
they say it's hard to kill, but it's easier to kill than wisteria. Um, I love wisteria, but unchecked wisteria kind of grows crazy too.
We have
But
that issue with I think it's called morning dew.
all right, let me think of one more place that I could think of where. No. Well, my shop vac is not going to help nobody if I don't know where all the hoses are.
What are you looking for?
My shop vac hoses, they need my shop vac. And when we had to bring everything back from out there, we just had to kind of find places for everything in the washroom. Good morning,
Yep.
Michelle. Good morning. All right, let me try one more place. You guys, it's
You'll find it when you're not looking for it. Did you put it in a safe place and that safe place will never be found?
no, we probably put it in the shop, which is outside. Good morning, ETI. Good morning. But
No, Letitia, at the moment it's actually quite warm. We've second day of spring and it's actually really warm, but we do have a cold front coming in which will make it cold again. The weather's just teasing us at the moment. But I feel the cold and I don't feel the heat, and I am wearing a jacket, so where are you, Letitia?
the cat was just a hollering, and I
Texas.
knew what that meant. That crazy girl went out, got out there on the back porch where they're about to work, and got scared, and her tail was about that big. She goes somewhere she ain't supposed to go, and then she gets scared and wants to holler. Oh, I forgot the car's not here today, so I'm going to have to message my daughter and let her know I can't take her today. Myra, how long have you been up, or have you even went to bed yet?
It
Good
has been
morning. Do what? Good morning, Neville.
it has been a cold winter this year, Letitia, colder than usual. But spring is here, which is great.
So Neville, is it cold where you're at? Because I know you are in the same country as Sonia. I just don't know what part that what the different where you're at and where she's at.
I think he's in a different state. So my understanding is that they have more tropical to us. They're closer to the equator.
So there are parts of Australia that is warmer year round. Is that correct?
Yeah, the top half. Like Broome Spring. Like Broome. I think the coldest Broome ever gets is probably about 25 degrees.
Okay, he's in South Australia.
Yeah. So they've got 13 degrees where they are, which is colder where we are at the moment because we are 16.
I was looking at my map.
But they have hotter summers than we do.
I'm going to have me a conversion thing that I can just pull up and see the conversions.
So I think 20 degrees is about somewhere between 70 and 80 in Fahrenheit. So when you guys hit 100, I think for us that's 35 degrees.
Okay. Anthony says Australia is huge. They have time zones like us.
Yeah. Queensland doesn't have daylight savings by memory.
I don't know why we still do. I don't
100
know.
degrees Fahrenheit is 38 degrees Celsius.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're at 16, that's 61 degrees.
61 degrees, yeah. So where Neville is, it's 13 at the moment. So
Okay, so 13 is 55.
yeah. $55.4.
To be exact, yes, but
Yeah.
who's the smart ass that said that?
Wait,
Neville.
Neville. Shake my oh. See, for Sandy.
It's in the Bible.
You're right. Dang it. Because I sure did see that ring this morning. Woo! Sandy knew what was going through my mind.
Uh-huh.
Where is your ring and your pendant? Is it right where you can get your hands on it? Yep. I want you to show them.
Right here.
Oh, wow.
So what size is the ring?
7 1/4.
Woo!
Look out.
Woo!
Yeah.
I need jazz fingers, so.
To You gonna pull a MawMaw on me?
I always do. You know I do.
Well, she got her opal. Who
She
knows?
sure did.
One of these days. When is your birthday?
October.
Well, see, that's coming up.
It is. I'll be 56.
You're just a youngin'.
I am. And I need to start acting like one too.
I feel like the baby of the group.
You are. But look, you are the baby of the group, but you have a world of wisdom
Oh,
under
thank
your
you.
belt.
How old are you?
I'll be 44 in 20 days.
Wow.
Well, we were discussing, it's funny because today we were discussing what it like to be 40 again. And like, I know it's only like, 3.5 years ago, but to me that being 40 again would be nice.
No, only be 30 years for me.
Mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being 40 again because my body wasn't as broke down as it is now.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, Craig.
Well, they say when you turn 40, your life's supposed to begin. But my experience is that since I've turned 40, my life started to begin to go backwards. Like, that's when things started going a bit wacko.
Started falling apart, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, 40, about 35, almost 40s when I felt like I were falling apart. But you got to understand, I chased after Casey in my 30s. So,
Yeah.
whoo, after him.
Was he a wild child?
I think the kids kept me young. I think
Mm.
it oh, Monique said it already does after 21. When you hit 21, what? It starts going downhill. All right, Lucy, I love you. We
See,
wish our lives away. Uh, can't wait to hit 13. Can't wait to hit 16. Can't wait to hit 21.
Never happy where we are.
that's it.
Yeah. And my sister stayed in bed. She hit 30. And she stayed in bed, my oldest sister, and felt like she was dying. I mean, I'm like, why? I never understood. Um, Never understood that. It didn't bother me hitting 40. It didn't bother me hitting 50. I had a blast, at work when I hit 50, and I had a very fun day. So I don't know at what age, my age will bother me. I can't believe MawMaw is like 81, 82, something like that. I mean, I just can't I don't comprehend age that way.
Yep.
It
If I
bothered
think
me
of,
when I turned 70. That's the one that really bothered me.
you said when you turn 30,
70.
oh, but when you were 70, I was like, wait a minute, 70? Because if you think of a number, you get the picture of what 70, 80, 90 is supposed to be.
Mm.
But like I said, I don't comprehend that MawMaw is in her 80s because of how we interact around here.
Yep.
When she gets on with Sandy or she gets on with other people in her chat, she's not 80. She's not in her 80s. She's in ever mindset.
Well, she just keeps right up with me.
Yeah. And yeah, sometimes I need to put earplugs in. I'm like,
Oh, we don't get that bad, do we?
so it's great. I think people used to not have, when they didn't have somebody to talk to, or their families moved away and they did not have social media. And I believe that some stuck in their house, I believe they go downhill quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what it is.
Which
And
is why we wouldn't let Dad live on his own when Mum passed, because that
yeah,
would
because
be, he wouldn't be here now if we let him live on his own.
You got that right, Neville. And I still
yeah,
don't know what I want to be when I grow up, you know?
Yep.
and like ETI is 80 years old. I think ETI's good because he was only married for a week. Wait, was it a week or a few days? He usually puts that out there.
I'm back.
But could you imagine every morning waking up and be able to just look over the mountains and
Oh,
just
Mm.
enjoy God's creation?
heaven.
I
Like
do
that song,
every
Fred Astaire
morning.
and Ginger Rogers.
Yes, you and Dwayne. Dwayne has sent me his view of the mountains, and I tell him, shut up.
I
No,
won't send photos to you of what I see from my front driveway then.
yes, you will.
Yeah, I walked
Well,
out
y'all have seen what mine looks
yesterday.
like.
Yeah, walked out yesterday and there were 2 deer in the front yard, you know?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
It doesn't
we
get much.
nearly ran over a wombat today.
You're going to have
It
to
it
take
was the
your
size
phone
of a
with you or
koala, and
something,
it was so
Sandy.
cute. I wanted to get out of the car and pick it up.
Well, me and Casey had to go get Kevin Crystal burgers after I cooked supper. Anyway, when we got back in the driveway, there were 2 fawns.
Mm.
They're just lost their spots. And then the mama,
Oh,
we just sit in the car and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And they'll just look at us. And we live in the so-called city, just
Mm.
not a big city. But we're just
yeah.
sitting there looking at them. And Casey said, the mama's down there. So I'm looking to the left to the tree lines and I barely see her ears. We get out of the car. He says, she ain't even trying to run away. He said, do you
Mm.
see her? I said, no. He said, right there at the tree line. You guys, I'm going to show the picture. There's a difference between what Casey sees and what I see, you guys.
Mm.
I'm like 5'6", 5'7" now. Casey's like 6'2", maybe 6'3". There's a Yeah,
Mm.
he can see more than I can see. But
Yeah,
it
your view's just a little different.
but it is nice that's why I'm excited about the back porch, you guys. Because even though we live where we do, me and Kevin will be able to sit back there in the evenings and in the early morning and watch for the deer. Because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
they come at the back of our property and they know they're safe in this area.
Yeah.
Well, my deer thought they were safe too until an idiot shot one right behind the house the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sandy was mad.
Yeah.
where we are, we are the government, the council is looking at having deer season. Because and we've never had it before, but they've become a pest.
Yeah, well,
Um, but
that's
it's
why
kind of,
they did
yeah,
that.
There's too many.
there's too many, and they're destroying, people's gardens and farm crop and all that sort of stuff. But I get it. But at the same time, I think to myself, well, they were here before we were.
Yeah.
Put up an electric fence. That'll stop them. But they haven't got into my veggie patch yet, so I'm not complaining.
Well, they had a degradation hunt to thin out the herds.
Yeah.
They give licenses to these farmers around here that the deer are eating their alfalfa and that
Yeah, they're crops.
in compensation. But dang, I mean, that guy shot and my windows rattled.
Oh,
He was pretty
That was
darn
too close.
yeah. And that's all you need after what you've been through.
It sent me into PTSD for a while.
Yeah. We're only allowed to shoot the males, I believe.
Well, they do
And they
have
have to be a certain age.
These
Yeah,
guys are getting all the does.
yeah, they're
Oh,
see around here you have deer season. But then you
Yeah.
have doe season. There's a
You have
certain time,
doe.
yeah,
Doe
that you can
days.
do doe. But I don't see doing it for sport. Because
Oh, no.
I think we talked about it before. I do like the meat. I like the
Oh, yeah.
meat. So to me, to just do it for sport, I don't believe in that. I believe that it should be
No.
to feed somebody.
we're not allowed to
Oh,
eat
yeah.
the meat because apparently it's not good for human consumption. So what they do
Why?
is they feed it to, like, they make animal mince out of it.
What
And
the heck
you
are they
can
eating? It's so toxic.
Oh, look, we eat cows and sheep and goats and pigs that are eating grain, which is toxic to them, which is toxic to us. So I don't know, maybe they're eating healthy grass and they don't want us to be healthy. That's the only way I'd rather eat
Oh,
grass-fed meat
we
than,
eat deer meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I've
We
never had
eat
it
the deer
because we're
meat.
not allowed to eat it here. I'm sure there's
Oh, it's
people
so
that do, though.
good.
I bet there are too,
Mhm.
Sonia.
Yeah.
It's
I bet
good.
there are too. It is. If it's done right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Good morning, Ben. Good morning.
I
Good
think too,
morning,
it's because it
Ben.
hasn't been through the factory. It hasn't been, like, if you see what goes on in chicken places where they prepare your chicken, you'd be horrified.
I can't watch those
Oh,
things.
we
Yeah.
already know.
But
I can't watch stuff like that.
no, I can't watch it for long periods of time. But then I think about the fact that a deer's just been shot, but we're not allowed to eat it. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's because they don't.
It's good.
If somebody, Sonia, have their own, what would you call it, Sandy, like the processing. If they have their own processing, not maybe a huge plant, but there's some people that have their own way of processing their meats. They
Right.
do it.
If you killed the deer and you processed it and you ate it, and you didn't,
Arbitrary.
I don't think they can get you for that. But if you tried to sell it or if you gave it to somebody else, there's laws which stop you from being able to do it because you're not abiding by government food laws of
Yeah.
It's all crap, really.
But like
It's just-
Darlene B said, it's very, very lean meat.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I've heard that.
We've had deer sausage, like ground deer meat, like ground beef. I've used it in chili, makes very good chili. But like hamburger meat and MawMaw, she says don't ever trick her and feed it to her without her knowledge, but
it is.
Yeah, that's like bringing home like eel and telling someone it's snake and they don't know the difference.
Well, I'm not going to eat either.
I'm not really no.
I
Snake is
will-
nice.
Good morning, Barefoot. Yes,
I like gator
buffalo,
tail.
bison.
Yeah, bison.
Never had that.
Bison, they sell that in the grocery store, but it's very
Yes.
it's very expensive. It's more expensive than beef.
Same as kangaroo.
It is.
Kangaroo here is very expensive.
So, Barefoot, have you eaten
that's something I've
buffalo
never-
meat or bison? You know, even the steakhouse, that was weird one time when we had the money. They had bison
yeah.
on the menu. And I'm like, are you serious? They got buffalo meat on the menu now? That was just weird to me.
Is it any
I'm
different?
not-
Is it any different to cow? Because essentially they're like a cow.
It's
I just didn't think we had enough of them to be selling their meat. I thought they were almost extinct. I mean, maybe once upon a time they were almost killed off.
seems like bison is a little is a little leaner than cow. Beef is. It's just kind of a richer meat. It just all depends on, like I said, how you
Okay.
process it. It
Yeah.
really is. It's how you process it,
Yeah.
whether it's good. Because, I mean, if you don't do deer meat just right, it's going to have that wild flavor.
I was going to
It'll
say
be too
people do
much.
raise them because
Yeah.
I've watched some YouTube
Just have
channels
to-
where I've seen people who have raised them.
Yeah.
Sorry, Denise, I think I cut you off then.
Well, I
No, you're
can't
fine. You
raise
did
something.
good. I didn't. I was good.
I raise something and then have Miss Nellie in the refrigerator. I just can't.
Me either.
Sorry.
I just can't have something.
You don't want to
Yeah,
eat Bambi?
Do what, Sandy?
You don't want to eat Bambi?
See,
No.
that's I haven't seen Norgus, the little red hen, in a while at Darlene B's. I need her to send proof of life. I need the picture
Yeah.
for proof
We,
of life.
Darlene,
She might have
we make
she
ours
might have
with
drowned
beef
in that.
fat instead of pork fat.
Darlene B had so much rain, it looked like she had ponds. I said, "Oh my gosh, poor little old goats can swim." But
oh
then
yeah,
I didn't think about
Yeah.
Norgus.
goats hate water. Absolutely hate
Darlene,
water.
you should be ashamed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I just
She
don't
gonna
think
do a
about
chicken
that.
and send it to you? Sure as the world. She gonna send that
You'd
picture
know
to
if
you,
there was
say,
chicken
"Here's
in your
Dorcas."
jam.
No way.
Don't be sending me a mason jar full of beaks and feet.
Oh, what am I going to do with my feet?
Beaks and feet.
They make
We
great dog
chicken
treats. You
feet.
dehydrate them. The dogs love them.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm weird, but I don't want to be looking up at a jar. Aw, there's Dorcas, a little red hen, right up
Dorcas.
there in the jar. Bless her heart.
In the cabinet, just waiting for you to eat her. Oh yeah. I could not kill and eat something that I raised for sure.
That's why if you're going to do it, you don't name them and you don't get attached to
I
them.
trade. Well, we would just treat it. We'd send her and then have a different cow process.
We have our keep animals, and then we have the ones that if we're going to process them, we don't name them, and right from the beginning, everybody knows that that's what's going to happen.
Kind of multitasking, trying to find Tiffany a way to the hospital to do her
Iron infusion.
Yeah.
How often does she have to get them?
How often?
Mm.
Well, like when she done them before, it was a whole week.
Yeah.
Like a full week, and then they started splitting them up every 2 days. But
okay.
But she does them whenever her iron gets away. Okay. Whenever her iron gets
I hear your babies.
Yes, I know. I'm going to have to get up and take care of them.
Yes. Go get those babies.
I think I might have missed on why she has to get them. It might have been that night that I had no power and no internet because that ripper of a tornado came through. Might have been when you announced it. I'm unaware on why she's getting the blood tests, blood transfusions.
Because of her gastric bypass that went for some reason. I've known, I used to work with this girl that something about her gastric messed her system up.
Okay.
And it would the girl would have to go ever so often and have infusions, and I didn't understand it then. I still don't understand what causes it now, but
iron
she
deficiency.
doesn't go to the doctor. Like she didn't go to her doctor for about a year. So by the time she went, her iron was so, he called it dangerously low.
Okay. Yep. My understanding is it's the bones, and I think something to do. I think it's the liver that store, or the bones make the iron, and I think the liver stores the iron, or something along those lines. And if you're not eating enough foods that have got iron in it, your body can't store it. It's not something your body makes itself. That's my understanding of iron.
With the operation, like the surgery that like Denise had, Traci had, it causes the absorption of vitamins or minerals that your body needs.
Yep.
That's what they bypass.
Yes.
That part. So it's hard for them to retain the vitamins from what they eat.
Yeah. So it messes with the bite. I can't remember the proper name, but all the organisms that are in your gut that help you absorb all the nutrients.
Right. I have to take mega doses of vitamin D, and I have to take iron, high doses of iron every day. And I also have to give myself B12 shots because all of mine are.
And B12 is the one thing they found out years later down the road. In years, they found out that B12 was not, that they cannot absorb that through what they eat, so they have to get B12 shots. But by then, a friend of mine that had her in the 70s, I think, she had gastric in the 70s as well as my aunt, that developed neuropathy and problems.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was sometimes your body's affected and you can't get it back right.
Because I
But
used to have an eating disorder in my teens, I had my something to do with the marrow with the I don't
Bone marrow.
my red blood cells are abnormally large, so they're immature, and it's because I wrecked the lining of my stomach and I'm not absorbing enough certain types of nutrients to actually have proper red blood cells. And it's apparently it's a form of anemia, but I'm assuming it's probably a similar thing to do with the gut. Um,
Yes.
yeah, like I've recovered from it now, but it took years to actually get that lining in my stomach to repair itself.
Got it. Very true.
Something's going. If I freeze up, I think I did.
No, you're not frozen.
Okay. If I
Good.
freeze up, is something running in the background because I can tell in the background of the computer, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, let me get these heathen out and I'll be back.
All right, sweetheart. Be careful.
Well, I like that ring too. Oh, that's so pretty.
Mm-hmm. Isn't
Look
it
out!
though?
Don't let her go over to Sandy's. She'll come back with half of Sandy's jewelry box.
I'm telling you, I'll be like,
Xshydovex.
oh, okay. I hated yesterday that afterward there was comments on Facebook that did not show up until after, and I'm like, why did I not? Why weren't they showing up?
Well, you wrong.
Oh,
There's
oh, you.
something weird going on in Australia that's affecting YouTube and our videos been going up and been like I don't get notifications for you anymore. I actually have to follow you up, and it's not
My goodness.
that I haven't done the bell. It's to do with something to do with YouTube. It's all, and I haven't read it properly, and I keep getting messages about it. They've taken away our rights, something to be able to choose what we get notifications for.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's
And
weird because
yeah,
I'm not getting them either, and it's like a lot of people will leave me a comment and say, "How are you doing? Where have you been? I haven't, seen that you've been on." Um, Sonia, every time I sit down, I haven't really went to look at the creators' videos that they put out there to let us know what's going on, and I
yeah,
guess I need to make myself do that today because there's some things that they're changing, and I'm not a techie kind of person, so I have to listen to it, and then, or either if I'm reading it, I'll click on it where they explain what they're talking about, and I'll watch another video.
yeah.
So
And I know
they're
there's some
talking.
things. I know there's some things going on with Facebook and Google at the moment when it comes to news as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit confused because I don't understand why the media on YouTube is getting priority in Australia and why Facebook and Google are asking the media to pay for it.
Um,
I'm
I
really
don't
confused.
know. It's like there was something I don't understand. It's talking about product placement. I don't know if they mean that if I hold up my drink that has the name of where I got it from. I don't understand none of it.
Oh, that can be like a copyright. Like, are you advertising for them, and you almost need
Yeah.
to state that you're not. You almost need to say, I really like this drink, but no, I'm not receiving money for having this drink in my video.
Of course I'm not. You
Yeah.
guys see what's behind me.
Yeah.
I'm just the teeny weeny part of the whole thing. And
Yeah, it does have to do with money, because you could be getting money off that company
I
for
will.
having that drink, like they've sponsored you. So you have to say on the video that I'm not sponsored by this person.
Yeah.
It's becoming very politically correct.
It
We all
is.
think, yeah.
It's getting pretty
So
ridiculous.
I know today, because we mentioned hunting and stuff like that. I know today,
Yeah, they're probably gonna get yellowed.
yellow. So it would say not appropriate
Suitable.
for most advertisers, or it might just say
Yeah.
it might take the advertisements off today. But it doesn't make sense. How does somebody else do hunting videos?
Yeah.
It's
You see,
and I think if you put it in the description, I think that's what makes the difference of
Yeah,
what you
but we
put in your
can't do
description.
that because you never know what you're gonna talk about.
yeah.
I know, and you almost need to go back and edit, like go into YouTube Studio, and actually edit the description after the video's gone up. And I do that a lot because autocorrect doesn't like me. Like my last video, instead of saying my hour, it said my year. So I had to change that because it didn't make any sense.
And it does all come down to money. And so they're about to start changing. But look, you guys, do
All right, Ben, I got it.
I have gotten enough, I guess, since November, that I haven't had to, I say, pay for StreamYard. StreamYard's like $22 a month.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So since November, with between PayPal and Super Chat, stuff like that, I haven't had to pay for StreamYard. I'm happy with that. I mean,
Yep.
I'm happy with that. But as
Quit.
far as the ads go, you're talking about just $2, $3, probably a month or so.
It's not a lot.
Mm-mm.
It's
But
not a lot.
so I didn't do this to make money.
Not at
I
all.
started this, and I love that we have our morning coffee. I'd much rather
Yes.
be sitting out by the fire camping, Monique and Ben, because
Oh
outdoor coffee
yeah.
is so much better.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
it just tastes better. Aw,
I'd love to be on that mountaintop
aw,
with Gene
Ben
and
said
them.
he chatted with Killer Whale. He
He's what?
says Killer Whale. He says he chatted with our friend Killer Whale. He sends love and misses having time to jump in. Yes, that's my
Oh,
friend.
how sweet. Good
That's my
deal.
that is my friend. He he's look, he does a early morning or midnight to early morning when I'm asleep. But oh, and something else, you guys, that tastes better when you're camping: grits. I know that's a southern thing, but
Oh,
toast,
Yeah. Yeah.
toast, and eggs and grits and sausage. Oh my gosh,
you,
camp!
you,
I
you,
just say,
And
do you know what?
camping, camping
Do you know what
food.
asphalt is? Do you know what
Huh?
asphalt?
biscuits.
Do you know what asphalt is?
Uh-uh.
Uh-uh.
It's it's stones that are like they put on the road, like stones, and it's with the
Oh,
tar.
Yeah.
asphalt. Yeah.
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 Every time you say grit,
Asphalt.
that's what it reminds me of, because
Oh,
Because that's what they call it,
yeah,
grit.
yeah. So I'm thinking that you're trying to eat stones.
Oh yeah.
well. I'm saying it this
Definitely
way.
let him know we're thinking about him. We miss him.
Everybody does not know how to cook them. If they're not cooked right, you'll think that you're eating asphalt. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
You're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ben, he is bless his heart, he's always talked very highly of me. Him and Super Dave. So, it's how you carry yourself and how you it's a daily thing. Anybody can
Right.
anybody could put on the face they want people to see only for a season. But
Right.
if it's not in your heart, it's going to come out your mouth
Yep.
somewhere.
Well, honey, you know me. Mine stays the same all the time.
So I tell people I'm the same today. I'm more comfortable outspoken than I was when I first started, doing this. Because being on camera really, really, really bothered me. My voice bothered me more. Hearing myself
Oh,
say.
Yeah.
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 But I tell people, I said, if you go back, except for the intro video, don't watch my intro video. That
Mm-hmm.
even makes me cringe. But I'm still the same person. I'll be the same person if we FaceTime. I
I
mean,
think we
Oh,
all
yeah.
hate hearing our own voices, though. Like,
Oh, that's
I,
true.
I,
Because I've heard mine and I'm like, how do y'all listen to me every day?
like when you'd have the answering machines before mobile phones became so popular that the house phone disappeared,
yep.
and you'd
Right.
hear your own voice on the answering machine, you're like, do I really sound like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, yeah.
Or if somebody did a video and then they play that video back, and it'd be me and my sisters and all of us,
Hmm,
and I'd be like, "Oh, we all sound so country. Oh my gosh, do we
yeah.
really sound
Yeah.
like that?" So
And
yes, I really sound like that, and I know I do.
I
Yes.
really hear the Aussie accent too when I play back things.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I,
I
I
love
don't
that.
I don't realize how Aussie I sound until I play it back.
Yeah. You really are. Just like
And
me.
then I think
When
to
I
myself,
listen,
gee, I
I'm
sound
like,
like a yobbo, but anyway.
yeah, I'm like, Boy, you can tell I'm from the South.
I know, me and you both,
Without a
girl.
doubt.
Um, Let me see. Ben said he cusses less when he types.
Because it's less when he types. There you go, dude.
How's those babies now? Did you take care of?
Yeah, the little one is in with mama, and the rest of them
Good
are
deal.
scarfing down wet food. And I fed the cats, and Kent just yelled at me, so I guess I'm going to have to go over there this morning.
Yeah, you
So,
gonna eat breakfast?
Nell says he has a home phone, an answering machine, as well as a mobile phone. We do too, Neville. We have a regular landline and the
Yeah,
answering machine.
uh,
We
we don't
do, yeah.
we don't use the landline, but it does still have an answering machine.
Morning, Dwayne.
I don't have a
Morning,
landline.
Dwayne.
This is the answering machine.
I
All
got you.
right, guys, I love you all, and I'll
Love you too,
probably
sweetheart.
see you later.
Give Kent my love.
And I'm getting off of here before I get cooties. Bye.
Hey, cuties!
See, she didn't give me time to coo coo. No, she didn't.
No,
Oh, we've got it.
she got them
We got to
yesterday
get her
though.
before she takes the dogs out.
She got a lot of cooties yesterday. Don't worry. She got enough cooties to leave up to last today too.
Oh, Neville. Now the telemarketers are attacking our cell phones.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Big time.
We get these weird ones where they're speaking in Chinese, and it doesn't even sound like a real person. It sounds like a robot.
It's
So
probably, yeah. Aw, Ben, just
If I
let
don't
her have her
recognize,
kitty.
I don't recognize the phone number. It's like, or it'll pop up
Just,
spam, or it'll pop
just
up,
let her have her kitty kit. What kind of
you
kitten is
know.
it going to be, Ben? Look, I wasn't looking for a kitten when Kevin had me bring that kitten in, and now she's Fat Cat. But she was the weirdest looking kitten I'd ever seen. And so when he comes in from work, she stands on the back of his computer chair and she's poofing him. She and
Yeah.
Bailey's on the bed, getting up under his hand and hitting him from this side, and Kit's on this side poofing him, and he'll say, "Stop! Let me get undressed." But it's so cute because both of them can't wait till their dad walks in, and then Kit just does the poof, just wants to touch him.
that kitty is that you got, the stray one, is adorable. Um,
Callie,
Oh yeah, Callie is
she's so
beautiful.
unique. Like, you know, and I love how Casey says that she's got two different personalities.
look, I said her name, and you see who come running?
Yeah,
Callie came running, thinking you got
No,
food.
Bailey
Oh,
came
oh, I
running.
know. They.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Bailey came running because she's jealous.
That's right. Bailey's
yeah.
like, mama, 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 mama. I'm here.
Yep.
I know. I get to love on Bailey in the morning sometimes.
Oh yeah, Bailey loves. She'll lick my phone. She'll lick my phone, and she don't do that with many people. Um, oh, a lady found two fresh born kittens. Oh,
Oh, oh my goodness.
well, Callie kind of chose us. She did, and
Mm.
she's friendly because I fed her. I fed her.
Isn't it funny though? Like, you're the one that always feeds them, and you're the one that stops them from,
Yep.
brings them back from the grips of dead, because if no one else fed them, they'd die. You're the last one they want to
Yeah.
go to. You know?
Callie's good because sometimes I'll be in here and not even realize she's under my chair.
Yeah.
But the big one, that was it, you, Denise, thought that Kit was a dog?
No,
Well, I thought
wasn't me.
Kit was a dog
Because
in the
Kit
background.
Kit is huge.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
Kit Kit is a big cat.
but no, she doesn't love on me. I probably because I used to force love. I would pick her up and just love, do
Yeah.
all over. Just so no. The only time she loves me is when she sleeps on my feet, and she only love me
Yeah.
then. I'm a
Mm.
means to a means to an end, but she loves her Kevin. Um,
Oh yeah.
but I get the love from Callie, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And
Bailey,
Callie loves her some MawMaw. Woo.
mm-hmm.
Callie's
And
stuck MawMaw like glue.
Bailey loves me so.
Mm.
Oh yes, she does.
Ben, I know that like my husband worried one time when Tiffany brought her cat home here, and he said dogs and cats don't get along. Yes, they do.
Yeah,
They
I
do.
do.
Um,
Yeah.
Definitely.
When
oh no.
when one of
That
my dogs was a oh, jelly. When one of my dogs was just had kittens, or puppies, the cat also had kittens, and they were all together. All the puppies, all the kittens, the mama dog and the mama cat.
That's cute. I bet
Wayne,
it
you ain't
was
right.
some the
But that's
what's he
weird that the
said now.
cat came back after a couple. Okay, after 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard that is weird, but I have heard
But
that.
I told Kevin, I said a kitten or a kitten will take care of itself, especially one like Callie had been outside. She
Mm,
had already been outside for quite a while. She was
Oh
born out
yeah.
there. So they know how to handle uh, dog. And
yeah,
Bailey, when
Yeah.
Bailey come along, our other dog Briley and Kit Kit. See, Kit Kit was real little with Briley, so they would wrestle and everything. So when Bailey was like a goofy bulldog, like, oh, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. Well, she kept her ears stayed scabbed up, and her nose area stayed scabbed up. So she learned real quick to, like a boxer, jab and back up, jab and back up.
mm,
So
Yeah.
yeah, Kit Kit taught her how to cat fight. They'll be on the bed, both of them, on their hind legs, and Bailey's, big, and they'll be like they're about to do some martial art because they'll both stand up on their hind legs and then they
mm.
start slapping each other. But see, Callie, Callie ain't about that. Callie's gonna hiss and then she's gonna slap you in the face.
Yep.
But she's getting better. At least her and Kit Kit, they play. Maybe Kit Kit can lose some weight. I'm not fat shaming her. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna
Some
fat
cat,
shame.
some cats are just big. Some cats are just built that way.
And see, she wasn't, but when we had her fixed, Tiffany's a mom, she's gonna blow up after they get fixed. They just blow up. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no, Kit
that
Kit,
is true.
she's just gonna stay the skinny cat. She's just, and sure enough, I mean, it's bad
She
when
is
her back
not.
tummy pouch sometimes almost touches the floor.
Yeah, and that we have a cat like, well, we've had a couple of cats like that, and that can be a breed thing as well. Like, because you don't know what type of mixed breeds they're in, and
Very
some
true.
cats just have belly fat. They don't have to actually be. Yeah, but we kind of, I don't know. I'm one of those people that, hey, excuse me, I'm one of these people that will annoy my cat. Like, I'll put my finger in between the pads of their paw and stuff. So if they've got belly fat, I play with it.
Yeah. There you go.
I cop it later, but
Yeah.
Keithan likes to slide. He likes to wait till the cat. That's why cat videos are so. That's one of the biggest things is cat videos because they're
And they're
so
so
funny and they're
funny.
so spooky. Keithan will
yeah,
slide. He'll catch the right time and slide his foot to make Kit Kit jump. But
yeah.
what's so funny is when he does it on our unfinished floor that is prone to splinters. He's gotten splinters, and I'm like, who got the last laugh on that one? Monique, the last time I took Kit Kit, they didn't say nothing about her weight. I think it's like you said too. It's her hair and
Mm,
her skin
all
just
hair.
hangs. Her skin just hangs.
One of my dogs is like that because it's a um, Maltese cross Shih Tzu,
Yeah.
and he's all fur. And when the RSPCA came out one time, they're like, "Oh, that dog needs to lose weight." I said, "No, that dog needs a haircut." I said, "He's not fat. He's just full of fur."
Oh my goodness, my mind just went to everybody puts the two names together to say what a mixed breed is, and what went through my mind is not something I could say on here because over here a malt is what you like something you drink, and so no, I can't say that on here, but
Yeah.
Yeah, a Shih Tzu and a Maltese. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave it at that.
You can look it up. It'll make you feel make you feel better.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely. Hmm.
I guess like what do they call those dogs that have got the ears up and they're long furred? Something Highlander.
Oh, oh, let me share these. I don't know if yours looks like this or not. Yes, yes, Dwayne.
Oh
Dwayne
goodness.
knows me so well. Dwayne gets in my head with Pat. There we
There you
are.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
Look,
yeah.
Oh, how cute.
aren't they?
He's a little
They're
sweetheart, but my
adorable.
Maltese cross poodle's a little turd.
So, what color is yours?
Pure white.
Oh, like,
Oh man.
Yeah.
oh my goodness. So, do you have it groomed or
Yeah,
do you just do
I've
it
got a
yourself?
I do it myself, but because he was a rescue dog and he's absolutely terrified of the clippers and the scissors. So he doesn't hate me. I quite often will get him groomed, but because everything's been closed for so long, I
Oh,
now
yeah.
need to do it myself.
Good
Yeah.
morning, Elias. Good morning. I'm always so
Hey
happy
Elias.
to see
I'm so
you.
glad you're here. Oh, me too.
Always. Elias, have you been doing videos? Because I have not been getting any of your
Notification.
notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Um, but look, my husband's got a computer. He's got a computer at this where he works now at the city because he does a lot of inventory. So they got him a computer now, a desktop computer, which is great because now the laptop's here. And I told him at night after he goes sleep because you guys, sometimes he's so tired he goes sleep about um he'll go sleep about 8 o'clock our time.
Mm.
And so I told him, I said, well, I'll start using yours to branch out again and watch some people that I haven't got to watch. You know, it's because it's too hard on my phone. No,
Yeah.
I can't see real well.
I I watch most of the videos that I actually watch on my TV.
Well,
Um,
our TV doesn't support the YouTube. It did to start with, and I don't know what happened, but I wish I could,
might need
have it.
might need updating. Though this is not a new TV, it's pretty old and it's starting to like you'll be in the middle of watching a video and then YouTube will reset and then you can't find the video you're watching.
Yeah.
So it can be quite frustrating. But I find that even on a laptop watching people's videos is a lot better than on the phone.
Oh yeah. And if I'm going to interact with them, it's a lot easier. Now, Monique, are you asking why Elias deletes his videos after he does them? Or are you asking why Kevin goes to bed so early?
He's just old. It's not very nice.
Oh, okay. Well, Dwayne, I tell you, after me sweating yesterday, I don't see how he does it every day. All right,
Mm.
Elias. Elias, she wants to know why you delete your videos afterward. He explained it one day, and that's why I like to catch him live because I like to sit in there and chit chat with them.
There's a few channels I watch that do that.
Yep. Oh, with nobody but us, you can see what the background is. And I started out with something totally different in the description. And oh, Elias, they are. Elias, you do talk about a lot of good stuff when you're in there. And they are important because you have discussions, you know. Elias does have good
I'm
videos,
back.
Monique, and
Mm-hmm.
he explains things and discusses things. Everybody might not agree. Some people might pop in there and they want to be argumentative, but what Elias has to say is very, very relevant. And I was glad one day that I got to meet his wife. She wasn't in camera, but the point she was making was very informative.
Yes.
Very informative.
Yeah, he's got some good ones. I just haven't been in there. I haven't been able to pop in there live because I'm always too late.
Yeah, he does. That's why I'm always glad to catch him to just sit in there and chit chat.
Yeah.
My internet just dropped out.
Oh goodness.
Mine was
Yeah.
acting up this morning. I had to refresh, I don't know how many times. Just,
Well, I got a phone call, so of course it popped me out.
well, I got Tiffany taken care of for her
Good.
doctor appointment.
Oh, that's good.
Yay. Yay, yay, yay. At least she get her iron infusion.
Yeah,
Is she noticing a difference?
I can tell a difference
Her color
because,
seems to be better.
yes. And yeah, Monique, I wish you could be in there with us one day with Elias. You would really enjoy um,
Yeah, she
hearing
would.
him talk. Yeah. But what the what her addiction was, Sonia, I thought that that's what had caused the black up under her eyes.
It could be the iron.
It was yeah, because
Yes.
Yeah,
her color was off.
Right.
yeah,
Now I do know that had a lot to do with it too.
yes,
And on the street for a year, her appearance, but it's I've noticed that her color's getting back
yep.
better.
Yes, it is. She definitely, her energy level seems to be a little bit higher too. She doesn't seem as tired as she was.
Mm. Well, it'll make it a lot easier for her body to, um,
Yeah, because when it's low, you're just exhausted
yeah.
all the time.
I've had low iron issues on and off for a while, and it's funny because sometimes when, like myself, when I was taking iron tablets and doing what I was meant to be doing,
Yeah.
you get the same symptoms of low iron having too
Yes.
high iron.
Yep.
Oh, I ain't never known of anybody have too much.
And yeah, for a little bit I
Yeah.
had that issue, and I'm like, well, you can't win. So
You're.
that's
Mm-hmm.
where it's always good to go see a
It was
doctor. But why she
overproducing.
was, yeah, why she was not at, why she was on the streets and stuff, you're not seeing a doctor, she wouldn't have known if it was low or high.
No,
No.
Mm.
no. Um, so you guys, September 2nd, my little calendar thing is a different topic now. You know, the last topic was seed and soil for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Now it's weapons of warfare. And what was weird
Mm.
was I had not even flipped this until after I put the picture up that you're seeing, which is a
Yeah.
warrior princess. I had already put the name of it. I had put done all that, and then I flipped the calendar thinking it was still going to be talking about seeds and soil. And I was like, oh, no way anybody's going to
Yep.
believe
We
this.
are warriors and not
Yeah,
warriors.
so
Definitely.
weapons of warfare. That's the new topic. We are in a spiritual war. Those who do not resist Satan don't even know there is a war. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. 2
Yep.
Corinthians 10:3. So
Mm.
I'm like,
Yay.
okay, okay. I just, this was so appropriate this morning. So appropriate. I'll put the
Very good. Um. Hey, did you shout out what day it was for Tiff?
it is day
No.
56. Look,
Mm.
Whoop,
Ben
whoop.
came in and told me. I done told her Ben's ready to see her.
Oh yeah.
Let
Can
me
you
get
guys
this
hear my geese in the background?
Yeah.
You can. You can.
a little
Yep.
bit.
That's them just now.
Yeah, they're really loud tonight.
Yeah. That's what I said. If it was them just
Is there something out there bothering them?
No, the last couple of nights, they've just been loud, and I think because spring's hit, longer
oh
days,
yeah.
ducks are mating, geese are mating. Even though the
Yes.
goats are both
All
male,
that's
they're
going
trying to
on.
mate. Yeah, I think it's just the whole mating thing that, like, last night that was really, really loud. I actually got up and had a look,
Just to make sure.
making sure there wasn't a fox or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Elias said he's going to do a video on how to clean house. Look,
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, Elias, I might need to watch that one, but
Mm.
right now it is so bad here that everything, we can't do a lot until we get the back ready.
Yeah,
You don't
Yeah,
realize how
because
much stuff.
everything's getting
There we go.
dusty and
yeah.
sawdust
I
and
I felt like when my bathroom was getting done, you don't realize how much you have in one spot,
Yes.
and
Neville,
where do you put it?
I was so
love you,
glad to
Neville.
see you.
Be
I was so
careful.
happy to see you, Neville. So
Yeah,
happy.
me too.
And
Come back,
Elias,
dude.
always happy to see you pop in. Always.
Oh yeah. All the time.
Always.
Have a good sleep, Neville.
Definitely.
But yeah, you don't realize. So think about it, Sonia. Everything that was in our washroom, the
Mm.
broom, the mop, the washer and dryer, all of that, and you
Yeah,
hang
all
stuff
that.
on the walls.
Yeah,
We had to
Yep.
find somewhere for all that.
and you don't realize how much it is. You don't on how much you can fit in such a small space either.
Yeah. So, like I said, where in the world? Because it was a big mesh bag full of my shop
You get
vac
that cord.
hoses.
Yep.
And I'm like, where could that be?
Is Casey home? He might know where it is.
I don't know. I went in there and woke him up.
Okay.
Was it in the shop?
It could be. I told them when they need it, I'll walk out there and because I have the key to the shop, I can walk out there and see. So
Yeah.
it's not under my bed.
I have a bad habit of putting
It's not
things
under Mama's.
in a safe spot, and then I never find that safe spot.
Uh, Elias, look, you sound like my son because when he starts cleaning, I just have to not even want to see what he's throwing away. I
True.
just say, okay, if he's cleaning, do you live anywhere close to the flying fox bat colony?
No,
What,
I don't think I do.
all right, I gotta Google that.
I think it's a bat. By
Yeah, it's a
my
bat.
understanding, we do get bats. And they're normally huge.
Oh my gosh.
They're about the size of a normal, like they're bigger than a cocky.
Oh, I
But
want to screen share that.
Yeah, we have small bats. The
Oh,
little ones.
no.
yeah, they're the
I
sort of
thought
bats. Yeah, they're the sort of bats we get. They're huge.
Ooh,
those are the kind that was on
yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. Oh, but look
They're
at that
actually
one's face.
they
How
are
cute.
actually very cute creatures.
They're prettier than the other bats. Oh, look. See, I can find beauty in several
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that. No. That freaks me out.
Yeah, with a horn on the end of the
Yeah,
nose.
they have the cutest faces. Oh my,
They're normally your fruit bats. They're not the ones that actually get on animals and suck. I think it's the smaller ones that get on the animals and suck their blood. The bigger ones are normally the fruit bats.
oh my goodness.
They're pretty big.
It would still scare me. I believe it would scare me.
Well, we get small colonies of them flying across at night. And they the noises that they make are like,
Oh,
because
being.
as my daughter would tell you, that bats can't see, they hear through vibrations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you really do that, Ben?
No way.
Ben, look, Ben, I think will pull your leg. So I'm just wondering.
Well, I took it as a joke. I didn't take it like it was serious. I hope not.
I never know. Because
No.
when I was a teenager, I went to somebody, a neighbor's, and the guy we were in the same grade, and I was talking to him and his sister. I sat on their little puppy and killed the puppy.
Oh,
I didn't know the puppy was in the chair.
No.
Ben, my chat is not updating
okay.
on
Uh-uh.
on here on with StreamYard.
Why do
Ben,
you ask if I'm close to any other colonies? Just out of curiosity. Get off my screen.
Yeah, it was a joke.
look, I think Ben and Dwayne's been talking because usually Dwayne likes to see that. Dwayne
Yep.
usually likes to see that
Darling
look.
is it.
He likes to see that look to where I'm like, I I have this like smile and I'm looking, trying to think, oh no, you know,
Mm,
oh,
yeah.
do they fly at night?
Yeah, most bats do.
Oh, yeah.
But like when I grew up in the city, like you get the one, or the 1 or 2 bats, but these guys will sometimes be in a group of 10 or 20, and they're huge. Like they're bigger than an eagle.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I think I would like to see them as long as they're not like swooping down on me.
No, they're more scared of you than you
Uh-uh.
are of them.
Yeah, Monique, I know Elias is a jokester. He is. He's got
Yeah.
a great personality. He's got great personality.
Does.
Well, look, we were camping one night, us and another couple. So they had their 2 kids. We had our 2 kids with their friends, whoever, and it was pitch black. We were around a fire, and my husband can talk up some owl. Now, I ain't talking about no little bitty owls. I'm talking about the great big hoot owls. And
The barn
Yeah.
owls.
he and
Yeah.
he can talk them up. So we're sitting out there. I can't see anything but the fire and trying to make sure my little Jack Russell don't get swooped up by no owl. And the whole trees around us sounded like monkeys. That's what they sound like. And it sounded like all these monkeys up in the trees. And it's freaking me out. It really freaks me out, but he can do it. I can't tell you how it sounds, but when I call him, that's the sound on his phone is the hoot owl.
I love sitting out there late at night, and like because we get a lot of tiny frogmouth owls here. Like they're not really an owl, but they're still in the owl family, and you see them flying around, and then in the background you'll get like the barn owl, and you'll hear the hoo 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 in the
Yep.
distance. Yeah.
Dwayne,
Yep.
we used to do that too when we would be in the pool. We'd throw stuff up and the small bats would swoop down. But one year, when my grandson, good morning, Amber, when he was probably about 6, 7, 8, something like that. He was a kid. And he was I'd let him play in the neighbor's backyard because they had trampoline. Hello,
Yeah.
Troy. Welcome, welcome. And they were on the trampoline. As long as I could go and look and see them, I was okay.
Yep.
I heard back there, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, what is he doing? And then the little boy was like, who? And my grandson said, that's not how Pawpaw does it. Pawpaw does it like this. So he tried to do it. And then the little boy tried to do it. I'm laughing my tail off because my grandson sounded funny, but the other one I'm like, how in the world? That is what a country owl would have to sound like. It was so country sounding, and I just laughed at them 2 little boys because yeah, that little boy back there, he just turned 15. No, he turned 14, I think. But loves his Uncle Kevin. That boy from 2 years old, running around, getting in everybody's way, making me nervous when the shop was being built. He loves his Uncle Kevin. Loves them. Oh, the in the background, Amber. Let me pop you out real quick, Sonia, so she can see what it says. I am a warrior princess, and I have been marked for his glory. My marks and scars are part of my testimony. So, yes. So, whether they're inward scars and marks or outward ones, there are testimonies.
Like when we were talking about
Amen.
earlier on in the night, we were talking about like what they do with overpopulated animals, and I was looking at the background, going, "That's very appropriate," because all I see is a hand, because my head's in the way.
Yeah. So Troy, after this, I would check out your channel. I will see what your channel's all
Hey,
about.
Amber.
Troy has 100 subscribers. So I'll check
Hey,
you out.
Troy. How you
Always up
doing?
for checking out
Good to
new
see you.
people. And welcome,
Yeah.
welcome. We just sit around and chit chat and drink coffee.
How
It's
you
not just
doing,
us.
Amber?
And talk
It's
about
just,
food.
yeah, we do talk a lot about food. Yeah, and it's like if we've never gone through anything, as the pastor was talking about Sunday, if we have never gone through anything, how could we understand what somebody else is going through?
Yes, we do suffer with the glory of God.
So that was one of the things, the whole thing that I was going to want to do one time was do something to where I could relate to people that are fighting for their disability, knowing they're too ill to work, but yet society looked at them like, well, nothing's wrong with you, and
Yep.
or trying to make it into work every morning and having to call out. And God, I say call out, which means calling in to work and saying I can't work. So my work morning started at 5:30 in the mornings. So that means to do an hour before you call out, you're supposed to do it within an hour. So that would be at 4:30 for me. Well, there
Yeah.
would be sometimes I'd get in the shower, I'd get dressed, I would try to emotionally and up here make myself um, walk out that door and then be hurting so bad I'd be sick. I have gotten to the car to get in and be sick.
And then if you did turn up to work, they'd send you home because you weren't
Oh,
up
not
to.
that place. Not that
No?
place. No.
Oh,
And yeah, that was
morning
kind of the
food
middle of
forest.
the night. But and then I'd have to call. I'd have to call and leave word that I couldn't make it in. Oh, good morning, Food Forest. Good morning. Thank you. Oh, Amber. Thank you, Amber Gray. I hope you have a good bounty, Food Forest. Amber done sent Mama D a Snapchat, girl. I'm not saying I didn't know you didn't know how to do it, but I'm just saying thank you, my working girl.
Can I put my hand down there?
You so
Sure
sweet.
can.
You so sweet.
Oh, Amber.
Ain't she sweet?
That
I
is
take back everything I said about you
sweet.
yesterday.
Do you remember those? Remember those kittens?
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Look how
Is
big
that
they've
one of
got.
the kittens?
Let
Yeah.
me make you bigger.
Aw.
Oh, that's the one with the
How
toothpaste.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how big they've got.
Yeah, that's the one Casey liked because they had the two different sides of the face with two
Face.
different
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
This
It is
is
weird.
my favorite. So
So,
this one's very cheeky.
so how many did you keep? All of them?
So far, because we can't get rid of them because of the virus. No one
Oh,
is
Yeah,
allowed
you
to come
can't
and
do
take
that.
them. So I've almost got enough money in the kitty to get them all fixed. So we'll get them all fixed, and then whoever wants them after the 13th of September, except for this one and one of the other ones, they'll go to their new home.
yes, you guys. Sometimes I do run out of things to say. It's not very often, but I do. I'm just looking at that little fox just throwing up the hand. Just
Pretty.
you
Sweet.
know, we have lived here where we live with such an abundance, and I think a lot of people have lived with such an abundance of food that it wasn't until this happened that people
Yeah,
realized that we have lived in abundance.
Yep.
Even if there
we
were
sure
times
have.
we couldn't buy, we might not bought special
Well,
things, but we were
Yeah.
still able to find
when
staples. Go ahead.
that's
Oh,
it.
my freezers
When
are
I,
packed.
when
My
people found
freezers
out
are
that
packed.
my veggie patch didn't work this winter because of it being too wet and a lot of the seeds got washed away, those who did have veggie
Oh
patches
yeah.
that worked gave me their leftovers, and I've literally run out of
Oh,
canning jars.
Oh, well, that's see.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah,
That's a
I've had
blessing.
to order more, um, just so it doesn't go to waste. And what I and it's not just fed me; it's fed some of my neighbours.
Yeah. Good morning,
Oh
Anna.
yeah.
Good morning.
Hey Anna. Glad
So
to
we
see
do
you,
have a lot of
sweetie.
abundance of food, but we throw so much of it out at the same time.
I know. I told my Oh
I hope
my
you can't hear
gosh.
what Jelly's saying. Jelly's being very rude right
Darling,
now.
you know
Huh?
I made that dump cake yesterday.
Uh oh. How did it turn out?
Me and Tatum. Me and Tatum made the dump cake yesterday. And this thing yesterday afternoon after I got off. Now, hold on, let me turn the camera on.
Oh yeah, just
Look
show it.
at what is left out of
I
that
take it
pan.
that's a success.
Yes.
Do you
Just
see how
Yep.
show
much is
me.
left? And they did it. This is yesterday. They hadn't even got
Yep.
hold of it today.
See,
That was just yesterday.
I would be eating that for breakfast. I would
Oh,
just
Oh,
I
have
wanted
that
to, but I
sitting
said
here in
no.
front of me. Yeah, Monique,
Oh
I'll take
yeah.
the leftover too.
Oh, I would eat it in a heartbeat. But right now I can't because the sweet is just too much right this minute.
I
It
don't know
is
what I
just too
think about.
much.
I don't know what I think about Denise right now because I just don't know. You make me want to go in there and
Girl,
get
I
those
can't eat it
that
right this
strawberry
minute.
jelly and eat it with the spoon.
But yeah, that's how much we got left. And I mean, I just made it yesterday afternoon, late. And they ate all that yesterday. And darling, you know that cake is rich. You know, those dump cakes are rich. They're not no petty any, they ain't just,
Yes.
yeah. 'Cause
my kids would
it
eat
was
it for
full of
breakfast.
butter and, oh yeah.
Oh, they're
The
really
real
loud right now. I don't
stuff.
know. Can you hear that? Or they've
I
just
hear them.
stopped.
But they're not, you can't hear the words, but,
It sounds like a
oh, I
radio
will eat it.
going.
No, that's
Yeah,
the
I'll
geese.
eat it.
Jelly's
Yeah,
in the
it'll get
background
eaten.
saying naughty words, so I'm glad you can't hear that.
And the
And the
more
thing of it is that part of it is my favorite, all around the edges.
yeah, mine too, or the crust.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the more.
especially with cheesecake. With cheesecake,
Yes.
I will eat the cheese part and then I'll leave the cake, like the biscuit bit, for last because that's my favorite.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I know
Oh,
just
now
what
that's
you
another thing
mean.
I can't have now that I can't have dairy. We've got to stop talking about food.
I know, right? Because
I
I
love
tell you
you
now, I'm
too,
hungry.
Jen.
Yeah, me too. And
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
at
make you hungry.
quarter to 1 at night, I shouldn't be eating.
I had some ham and salami for breakfast this morning.
Oh,
Early,
yum.
really early. Took that ham, laid it down, and slapped a couple of slices of salami in between it, and rolled it up. I had ham and salami roll up.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of ham, but I love salami.
With no
Amber,
bread.
I don't think if I worked somewhere I had to smell the food all day, I don't think that I would want to eat it.
Yeah.
I cooked good
Oh,
last
yeah.
night, but it didn't agree with me. So
Thank you,
I'm
good
so
guys. I
that's why
appreciate it.
I am hungry this morning because I didn't get to eat last night. I tried, but it didn't work out.
I used to work at Pizza Hut, and there is no
Oh,
way
yeah.
on earth now that I will ever order pizzas from Pizza Hut. And like I'm
You
talking
know
20
too
years
much.
ago, but I still won't get pizza from there.
You seen too much, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't eat from Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I gotcha.
Yeah, Kevin wasn't too keen on
Crash.
that chicken last night. He ate some of it, but it would work if you tell me what you want and how you want it fixed
Oh, yeah.
instead of just coming in and eating a few bites and then sending out for something.
See, last
So,
night I did a casserole,
True.
and after cooking it, I didn't want to eat it.
You sound like me, Sonia.
I ended up eating half a block of cheese and then finding out today I can't have dairy. So
oh
I'm glad
no.
that I did that last night and not tonight.
There you go.
Now that I think about it, that's really gross. I shouldn't have done that.
Well,
I don't know now.
The brain must have
I
known.
I
when I
should
worked
have
at
known
Dairy
not to
Queen,
try to eat chicken breast because
I
chicken
enjoyed it.
breast is a little
It's too
bit
dry.
drier.
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to eat like dark meat, so it's
Got
easier to
more iron
chew.
in it.
It's
Yeah,
easier to chew, and it
Easier to digest.
yeah, and it doesn't get stuck. And because actually, the way they explained it, everything that I eat has to be chewed enough to go through an opening like of a straw.
yep.
Yep.
So if something hits a certain way in my pouch, because I just have a pouch and
Yeah.
then my regular stomach,
Yeah.
it's going to sit there and it's going to sit there hard until I'm sick.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yep.
would
So
love the green beans and the rice. Woo,
so
it,
does it get a chance to go through the gallbladder?
uh, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have one.
Well, no, I don't have a gallbladder anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
Me either.
I actually, my lower stomach's still completely intact.
Yeah.
So mine's kind of banded off to where there's a little top part and a bottom. But there's sometimes I can eat something and another time that I can't. It's weird.
Yeah.
I tell you, and darling, that dump cake's so easy to make, isn't it? There's nothing
It
to that
is.
dump cake. Nothing to the dump cake.
Oh, gee. Thank you,
3
Food Cars.
ingredients and you're good. Raw
Talking about
veggies and
lemon meringue
fruit.
pies.
Oh, hummus.
See. Amber, don't work too hard.
For sure.
I could tear up some lemon meringue pie. I'm just,
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah, no.
They're made right. Yes.
It's the
Oh,
meringue.
Amber.
Like,
oh,
it's the meringue that gets me. It's the
oh,
texture, and then it. Ugh.
Oh, you don't have to eat the meringue. I don't. I just eat the lemon pie part.
But I'm the same with trifle as well. I can't eat trifle because I think it's the white part of the egg. It doesn't sit right in my gut. So
What's trifle?
trifle, it's like, I suppose, lemon meringue, but it's the white part of the egg.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you've got like a lot of cream and sort of like a sponge, maybe a cake with, and then you got the fruit that people put in with it as well. So similar to a lemon meringue,
You
except
layer
it's
it.
yeah.
Oh,
You
Dwayne.
layer the trifle.
Oh,
It's
Dwayne.
layers. It's good.
I'm trying not to even look. I'm trying not to even look at I'm looking this way. I'm trying not to even
Gosh.
look at what he said because
Oh, that's great. I love that. Next time my dad is eating trifle, that is exactly what I'm going to tell him he's eating. That is brilliant.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And she will too.
oh, Anna, you said the wrong thing. You're gonna make him go off on a whole different venue now.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
It's very
He'll
well
get sent to
worded
the
too, actually.
outhouse.
Oh,
They've
Dwayne.
had to put him and Sonya both in the outhouse one day.
Monique, I love honey, but if my daughter's
Oh
around, I have to
yeah.
tell her to shut up. I will have to tell her to shut up because she'll say, "Mom, you know what honey is? It's beef throw up." I'll say, "Shut." I'll say, "Shut up." I said, "When I'm eating honey, I don't want to hear it. I know what it is. I know how bees do it, but no, I don't
And
talk
it
about my
sure is
honey."
good.
As long as she's not around to say
And
anything,
it's
I can
so
eat my
good.
honey.
You know, I've actually never thought about it in that way. Like, because I eat raw organic honey. I
Yes,
don't get it from the supermarket. And I've never really thought about it in that
don't think
way.
about it. Don't think
No,
about it.
I
Just
actually
eat
think
it.
that I'll still eat it. Like,
Yeah,
but it's actually something that has never entered my mind.
I don't want it to enter my mind because I love it.
Oh, I do too. I'll eat it. I don't care. Say whatever you want. And it is good. And it is good for you. It's good for allergies.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys,
Big time.
they
It's
got
funny,
the
isn't it? Because the pollen that helps make the honey is the
Yes.
exact same thing that gives us allergies. But the
yeah,
honey helps
Yes.
with the allergies.
It does.
yes.
Yeah.
You guys, I hear them back there. I know I'm not looking again. I'm not. I'm not looking again. So you guys, if I miss a comment, it's because I can't look. All right,
Yeah.
darling B, I love you.
Love you, darling B. You have a
We
good
got some
day and be safe,
ACDC
sweetheart.
back there going. The people
Cool.
back there working.
Yeah.
What
Oh
the
yeah. You said they were.
all night long.
They're playing their music. Yep.
Rocking all night long, or it's AC. I think it's ACDC. Next, I will, Ben. I'll tell her when she wakes up.
Yeah.
She was on the computer. I don't know who she was talking to last night for quite a while, so I'm glad I'm hearing her back there talking.
I figure
I
she's
am
talking to
glad.
Judy most of the time.
Yeah.
She always does her lives when I'm asleep.
Yeah. Well, and two, she does
She does videos.
is Google Hangouts most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said there's not many in
See,
there, so I don't know if they've got
there he
that far
goes
up.
some more.
I have a funny story about that, but I'm not gonna say it. Like I'll text it or Facebook it to you, mothership, because I'll make everybody else sick. But it was
Yeah.
extremely hilarious, and my daughter's been scarred for life.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. See, Dwayne likes to see me when he likes the expressions.
Yeah, he does.
Look, I was very expressive today and yesterday. Very expressive to be called and said, "Where's the shop vac? They need the shop vac." And I'm like, "Really? You gonna tell me at this time of the morning?"
We didn't
Yeah.
hear a
You
thing.
know what I'm doing?
I know because I had to. What, Denise?
Oh no, they were
I thought you
fertilized.
fell over it. I heard you that bang, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And then you didn't answer her when she asked if you were okay.
Oh, because I muted and then I walked out to try to find the.
No, you didn't mute. You just turned the camera off.
Yeah,
Oh,
you didn't have it muted. That's why
yeah. One
we
time I
heard it.
turned the computer off. Another time I didn't want you guys to hear me either, so I cut that off because no, I'm just
So I
saying.
said I heard that bang, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" I said, "Lord, I hope she ain't fell over that thing."
All right, Monique. I'm trying to feel. Let me see what that is. Oh, and I really had to Google that. Oh,
Oh man,
I don't think I need to see it to be.
yes, she did. Mm-hmm.
oh, I
Mm-hmm.
Googled that.
She told you what it was. You didn't have to Google it, so you wouldn't have to see it.
Yeah, I've experienced that with ducks as well, actually.
Oh, when I used to watch that show where people, what was it? I'm not looking now. I'm not Googling that one. When they used to have that show that if you did everything they said, and if you were the
Oh
last
yeah.
person standing, and you'd have to eat this stuff or lay in something with all
Oh
these bugs.
yeah,
Fear
yeah,
factor. Fear factor.
Yeah. Uh-uh.
yeah. And
Mm-mm.
they'd have things like tarantulas and
I could do the tarantula.
maggots and
Roaches and
yeah,
no,
Yes. Um,
no.
yeah.
but yes, when it comes to the eating stuff, I'd be sick. I would have to look
I'm like,
away.
nope. I'd be
And
gone. Be
my
like,
younger
bye. See
brother,
ya.
we were at his house. It was him and his wife, but it was his girlfriend at the time. And
Uh-huh.
we were at their house, and they showed. So we were watching it, and they showed them eating something, and my brother was out that front door, leaning over the banister, sick. And I forget what it was, and I was laughing at him. But no,
Mm-mm.
I could do the tarantulas. I could not do the hissing cockroaches. No.
You see, cockroaches don't bother me, but the tarantulas would
I'm
probably.
not doing
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
cockroaches, and
All
I'm not
right, we
doing
love you,
maggots, and
Chris.
I'm not.
Chris,
Love you, Chris.
we love you, and don't work too hard. It's too
God
hot,
bless you.
and we
Have
love
a
you
good
very,
day, Chris.
very.
Make sure you wear sunscreen.
Yes. But yeah, the tarantulas or the snakes wouldn't bother me.
Mm-mm.
Those I could
Tarantulas would,
do.
snakes would be fine.
Yeah, snakes and tarantulas would be fine. It's some of the other stuff. And
Oh
the
yeah.
M and the M
Nope.
word you said that freaks me out. No.
Yeah, my daughter has the
Mm-mm.
same thing with that. Like, she's fine
Nope.
with flies.
I know, but The M word just,
Mm.
We come across people that were fishing, using them for bait, fishing with them. We were walking, we were camping, and we were just kind of walking, me and my husband and probably Casey. And we come across these people, and he walked up, and that's what they was fishing with, and I just had to keep walking. Oh my gosh, I had to just keep walking.
Yeah. So
Well, Monique, I watched somebody that his thing was around the world with no money or something. This guy traveled with no money. And what he did, different people would sponsor him when he got to their house. I watched the show. It was really neat. Until he got to the place that they had all these guinea.
Yeah.
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 And I'm like, oh
No.
man, no, I can't watch this little episode.
No.
So
Yeah.
I know people in different parts of the world eats different things, and I understand that. But
Oh look, I've watched some things that absolutely horrified me. When it comes to animals.
yeah,
Oh yeah. No. Mm-mm.
but
And it's a culture thing as well.
it
So
is.
It is.
So, you know, I just,
No.
I got to get my tea to settle my stomach now. I just sit here and, serious, I just sit here and make my own self
I know.
validated.
Mm.
So I'm going to do my little orange tea. Oh, Monique, I know my mom and them would do chitlins, which that's what that is.
No. No.
And
No. No.
think up the kitchen and then say, no, if you
Mm.
put such
Hey,
and such
baby.
in it, it don't smell. Yes, I don't care what you put in it.
are you
No.
about to make wee noises?
Huh?
Are you about to make wee noises?
What we noises?
You're not
Oh, the pig, yeah. Chitlins or
No,
chitterlings.
no, no. I mean, you're about to turn the coffee machine on.
Yes, I'm making my tea.
All right, I'm going to the toilet.
Well, go ahead.
I'll be back.
Ouch. I know, Ben, and I was grown before I found that out. I was grown. I was grown before I found out that sausage and yeah, that's what's to do.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, Dwayne. Oh, oh, Dwayne. Yeah. Oh, that's why I couldn't be a missionary. I have to stay in my own lane here in the United States. Oh, I just, I would have ended up being disrespectful too. I think sometimes um, I'd come back really, really skinny probably because I love calves liver, but I would have to buy it and let my mom cook it for me because I just could not stand to look at it. But I have not had calves liver in forever. But I did like my mom the way she would cook it with onion gravy and it was good. So really, liver is basically a blood lump. I mean,
Isn't that like pate?
no, no, not a calf's liver. I think goose
Oh,
liver is
okay.
pate, isn't it?
I don't know. I just thought it was liver.
Um. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
John. But you, oh, Ben, you and Dwayne. Okay, so see, Dwayne. Now, I never liked chicken livers. My grandmother and them would get the KFC chicken livers. No, I couldn't eat those. But yeah, the calf's liver. But I didn't like seeing it raw.
I
So
love pate. And even after I was told what it was, it it's still, I don't know, I love it. It's not cheap though.
oh, oh, his son loves the using the weed eater. He sounds like me,
See, you guys
John.
call it the weed eater, or we call it a whippersnipper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, we call kids your little whippersnipper, whippersnapper. I think that's what.
Whippersnapper, yeah.
Yeah, Monique, because we learned that any of the organs were high in cholesterol, but yet liver is good for low iron. So,
Yeah.
but we had to learn not to eat all that. And I guess the South, they said the South have worse eating habits, but the poor South would eat, from what I understand, would eat whatever
Yeah.
was available.
Yeah.
You know, they had to raise their own food and everything. Try not to let anything go to waste.
I was raised on brains for the first 5 years. Didn't do much for me though.
Yeah, my grandmother and them loved chicken gizzards too. Nope, doesn't want no gizzards.
Oh, I love chicken
Um,
gizzards.
They're supposed to be quite highly nutritious, I've heard.
I
I've
love
never
Ben,
had
chicken
them though.
gizzards. I have to
Ben,
clean them
there is
good
a
though.
grocery store here, Piggly Wiggly,
Yep.
and they sell everything. I
Mhm.
mean, you see the tongues, you see the everything, and every time I see pig feet, I think of my mom. She still eats pickled pig feet.
I
No,
never developed a taste for those. No,
no.
I've
I can
never
live
had
without the
them.
pig's feet.
Though I'm not a huge fan of pork. The only thing I like about of pork is the bacon.
Well, like
Oh,
I
I
said,
love my bacon.
my grandmother and grandfather had a working farm, so they grew all the crops. They grew their veggies.
Mm.
They raised their animals. They processed their animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you used everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if it wasn't you eating it, it'd be one of the animals on the farm eating it.
So
Oh, being my grandmother loves souse meat. Oh, okay. See, now this is one discussion, you guys. This is the discussion
okay.
is not making me hungry. Bless Liz, because Liz would have had to duck out, you guys.
Yeah, she
That
would
is
have.
true. That is true.
Liz would have
You know
had
what
to
souse is?
souse and tripe. My grandmother ate souse meat and tripe.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever eaten an eyeball.
Oh,
Um. Yeah, hoghead cheese. I ate hoghead cheese, but it had to be my granny or my mama that made. I didn't eat anybody else's. I can tell you that.
So,
Mm.
Michelle says, all right, so Michelle, where do you live? Because
Hey,
so
Michelle.
Michelle has a Piggly Wiggly where she's at.
Yeah, smoked turkey's good.
Okay, I'm gonna read a poem, you guys, since we're talking gross stuff.
Good to cook with.
I'm gonna read a poem that my daughter sent me. That's what it looks
Yep.
like. The family grilling out. Peter, Peter, people eater, had some legs inside his freezer. When the Third World War was lost, Peter knew he must defrost. There was no power, times were hard. The neighbors were about to starve. Peter's icebox brimmed with food, but would they feel eating cankles rude? He seasoned steaks with special flair, then grilled them up medium rare. And those who once thought killing hellish now ate his barbecue with relish. That's that's I sent it to Denise and
I thought I would die laughing.
I said,
Oh
Denise, I
Lord,
can't send this. I can't send this to the girls.
Liz.
I said, because of Liz. She said, I'll send it. I said, please don't. Uh-oh. Tony was listening. See, Tony was still listening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Tony.
What's wrong with you people? Tell me, sorry.
oh, that's
Tony, we're
Oh,
just having
disgusting.
that
Ben.
fun. We're just,
I shouldn't be laughing. That is so bad.
ew, that's
Are you
nasty.
serious? See, I don't know. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
joking
we
or
were
not.
joking. I
You
know,
know
Ben.
where I live in my street, that wouldn't surprise
Ben.
me.
Ben. I know. Nope. 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 Come on, baby.
I'm still waiting for Ben to tell us.
He's
Oh, that
probably
might
too
be
busy. He's probably too busy wetting his pants.
Yeah,
that might be where
probably.
that poem come from. They might have just changed the
He might have had to go change his undies.
Tony, you know we just cutting up.
Oh, there's the
Ben.
documentary. Ben,
Oh,
tell me
yeah.
what I love some documentaries now. You tell me what the documentary is and I'll watch it. Even though I'll be grossed out, I'll watch it.
Uh-huh.
Well, see, they wouldn't have known the difference because
Yeah,
human flesh is
No.
supposed to taste like
yeah.
chicken, or pork, I believe,
Why does everything taste like chicken?
because we're white meat, not red.
I mean everything.
That's what everybody tells you. It tastes like chicken. Well,
Apparently,
no,
it
it
smells
doesn't
like
taste like
pork.
chicken.
Yeah, Ben, I think I'd be messed up too. Because now
I
I'm
wouldn't want
burping.
nobody
Yeah,
to.
Now I'm
actually, I
burping
think
those two
Oh, yeah.
crackers I just ate.
maybe that's why I don't
Drink your
like
tea,
pork.
darling.
Yeah, I
No,
have my
leave.
citrus tea. Oh my goodness. How in the world? Look. I
We
know
went way
we
off
are
base.
we're warriors,
Warriors.
not warriors, but look,
Worry.
we are not about going out there hunting all this stuff.
No, we are not.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
I think I might have actually seen that.
I've heard about it.
Oh.
I've heard about something like that happening.
Yeah,
Oh, Tony, you like me because you never know. It's like a box of chocolate. I'm sorry
You
that,
never know
and then
what
I'm
you're
being
gonna
real loud.
get.
I bet my
Mm.
son's in there thinking, Mom, why are you in there hollering? The
No,
Cannibal
no,
Channel.
no,
All right, so,
no, it's
and
not.
you guys know I'm writing this down to watch this.
Yeah. And then she'll send me the site so I can see it.
See there?
Oh
Oh,
no. We're not going on about Silence of the Lambs right now.
No, 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 no.
Tony,
No. Not
you
even
could
close.
tell by looking behind me all of this stuff that my mind, oh, we done lost some people. Woo, woo. We done
Oh
had some people.
no. Y'all don't leave. We just cutting up.
Oh
Just
no.
playing.
Dwayne,
Oh lordy. Money, don't get
Monique, it
sick,
sure
baby.
doesn't
I'm
make us
sorry.
hungry now, does it?
Did you see what Ben
No.
wrote above Dwayne's comment?
Yes. I wasn't gonna say it. Yes. Oh,
This is getting worse.
Alright. Alright,
look,
let's
we've had a
go.
lot of topics.
Let's go to the
A
other one.
lot of topics. But
Yes,
I
we have.
really don't think we've had this topic. Because
No.
usually
No.
if LizzAnn's on the panel,
This is
she would put a
oh
stop
yeah,
to
this
it.
would not happen. Oh
She
yeah,
would
this
put a
would not happen.
she would put a stop to it real quick.
Yes, she would have. We'd all been in trouble.
Well, I was feeling pretty miserable before I got on tonight, and I've had a good laugh. So, yeah.
Well, I
See?
am glad you did. See, somebody just needed to laugh. That's all. Hey,
Oh, Ben. You know, now I watched
listen,
Ben,
guys.
I did watch that I watched that documentary and that really he was really messed up in the head. I mean, I know you'd think, yeah, of course anybody to do that, but he was that way his whole life, and it just seems like somebody would have recognized that
Mm.
before he got to the place that he was at. Um, and when I watched that, when it first showed the trial and everything, I'm looking and I'm like, that's who that is. If you saw them on the
Yeah.
street, you'd be like, well, that's a nice looking young man. And I had been
Mm.
Yeah,
watching
you
on
wouldn't think
Netflix.
anything.
It's this show that, and I know I'm going to be either gray or blacked out or whatever, but it says, I am a killer. It's talking about people on death row.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yes.
So I've been watching that, and it's these people. Some of them are really. The last one I watched, this guy, his IQ was so low,
Oh
and
yeah.
um, he flat said he was where he belonged, and he felt bad. But some of them, one
Yes.
of them just sit there and would laugh, and I'm like, really? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Uh
No,
huh.
I hope he never gets out.
He
The
just has
Um,
no
the psychopath mentality
Yes.
is
He just has no. They
no
just don't feel
remorse,
yeah,
anything. No
no
Ted Bundy
emotion.
remorse.
was the same way.
Yeah.
But they don't have nothing.
Ben,
They ain't nothing up there emotionally.
Yeah.
good morning, Danielle.
And quite often they can be quite up in society, and you would not
Yes.
even think that, you know,
Mm-mm.
they're known to be a little bit of an ass, but not to
Right.
go that far.
Good
Oh
morning,
yeah, they
Danielle. Good
just
morning. Well,
kind of full of themselves, but
so what
Yeah.
I did, hey, Vermont. Hey, Bruce. Hey,
Hey,
Bruce and
Bruce. So
Danielle, I'm
glad to
just
see
warning
you,
you, we've had some
sweetheart.
weird topics.
Ain't
But
he? Yes, we have.
oh
It's real
man,
strange. But it's
Dwayne
okay.
said
We're doing fine.
he lived across the street from where Bundy got snatched a girl. But
Oh,
Oh.
man.
when my little girls were little, I would always tell them, you better make sure your curtains are full. You better make
Mm.
sure your
Yes.
curtains are down.
Yeah.
And I think that's one time that I went in there and really got them because Tiffany was so much younger, but Brandy had the curtains wide open and decided, change from, into her pajamas that way. But
Yeah.
I explained to them, I said, you don't realize there's monsters out there, not the monsters that's in the that you think they are. I said, there
Yeah.
are people that look regular. And I
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
said, they will open this window and take you out at night. I said,
My
because at the time it was happening a lot in the United
Yeah.
States.
my foster mum said the same to me when I was growing up, and I had a fence right next to my window, and she said to me, "It doesn't matter. You just don't know who's peeking over that fence while you're getting changed."
Yes,
Yes.
And it's not until I really had my own kids that it made me sort of go, "Oh, yeah, okay, I think I get it now."
yes. And see, Tiffany
Yes.
didn't get it when she was a teenager. She thought I was being overprotective until
Yeah.
you take a ride you accept a ride from somebody that you
Yes.
think you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes you to a path that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
You
was
don't
only
want to
just
go on.
probably
yes,
5 or 6 years ago there was a 13-year-old girl on her way to school just up the road from us
Mm-hmm.
that vanished from the face of earth. My oldest daughter went to school with her. She's never been found.
well, what bothers me now, the worst thing that bothers me now is the fact that the person I took that ride from when I was right before I turned, well, it was about the time I was 17, grown man, and I took that ride from them. And they went
Mm.
down this little dirt road that you wouldn't have even known there was a road there because all the bushes and stuff was hitting the car.
Yeah.
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 And that's what he had said. He said, you could bring somebody out here and I'll say do away with, but he used the K word, do away with them, and nobody would ever know.
Yeah.
No.
And a very
But,
bad experience with me happened. And
oh, yeah.
so now, every time we're watching, like, we like Criminal Minds, and I watch
Oh,
this stuff.
yeah.
What bothers me now is I wonder. I wonder if there were young girls that went missing during that time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know people like going back to somebody that's that way, like going back to the same place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even accept what happened in my mind until after my aunt posted on Facebook that he had passed away. And there was
Yeah.
part of me that it unlocked the door that I had closed for most of my life until I was like 54.
Yeah.
And then that key opened that door. But ever since then, I've wondered about that. And it gives me the heebie-jeebies, you know, of what he did because my aunt told me when I finally opened up and told her about it, she said, "Well, that makes sense because his mom used to say, "Oh, these women just make up all these allegations about him." So then
Uh,
that
yeah.
means he
Oh, yeah.
was a serial rapist.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I had that locked away for a long, long time. So then when I opened up to MawMaw just out of the blue, just out of the blue. And she
Mm.
said, "Why are you just now sharing this?" I don't know. So then I opened up to the kids. And my daughter said, now I understand, Mom. Now I understand why she said, you told us about it, but you never would go in detail. You would just say, you
Yeah.
can't take a ride from people. You got to be careful. And
Yeah.
she said, now it all makes sense. All these years later, it makes sense.
I think too, like, not that I see you guys being much older than me, but I think you guys also were brought up in the era where you didn't really talk about those things.
No.
No, because it would have been my fault.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's
not
why
that it
I like
was,
it.
but that's how it would have been perceived.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
That you
exactly
took the
what my
ride.
mom would have told me. Well, that's what you get. You
Took
know,
the
that's
ride.
what. So I didn't have
Mhm.
parents. Well, my dad. If I would have told my dad, I know what would have happened. Either him or the guy would have been gone.
yeah,
Yes.
But my mom, in my head, it was always my fault. But
Yeah.
this was somebody that was around my dad. This was somebody we went swimming with, like not me and that family, but we all went to the same place to swim
area.
at a creek, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And my dad would talk to this person, and he was the oldest of many brothers. So
Mm,
I was under, the yes.
See,
mm.
I
Yeah, but
and it's
Danielle, we
so,
say stranger danger. But you
yeah,
know what,
and it's
Danielle? Some
so,
of it aren't strangers. Some of it are
yeah,
people
Yeah.
that
that
we trust. I would
See,
have never.
I
I
had
did.
an experience with my
I
oldest,
did.
and we managed to get onto it before it got too far. But because of my past, I saw signs of someone who was a very close
Yeah.
family member, and it just flew up a red flag. And if without my own experience, I wouldn't have seen that red flag because I
Yeah,
would have just thought, oh no, this is a very close. He wasn't even a family member; he was a close family friend. Um, and
Yes.
if I didn't see that, that could have turned real nasty.
yeah,
On my oldest daughter.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Monique's right. A place that you go to camping with, or this person had kids. This
Yeah,
I, this
Mhm.
person had a wife and kids, and you know, and I guess in the back of my mind, I did tell not just my daughter, but my son too. I was very cautious and I couldn't understand why
yeah,
I
at the
was
time.
too. And
yeah,
And
Darlene, it was so funny when Darlene and I talked. The similarities in what happened to both of us
mm,
was
yeah,
just
uh,
floored me. I was like, my God. And I knew exactly how she felt.
yeah.
but
Exactly.
I had a first cousin.
It's hard.
She and I were talking one time, and she talked about that very person. What had happened
Mm.
with her with that very person. And it was like there was still I didn't open up about what happened to me. I didn't.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Um and it took a long time because even when I'd be watching anything on TV, there was part of me that would say, "Well, why did they take that ride? Why
Mm-hmm.
why why was she there? Why?" And I always was the part of me blamed the victim in these shows
Yep.
because I guess deep down I blame myself.
Oh,
mm,
yeah.
yeah.
And that
And
was the hard part, is getting past the part that it wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong.
the
And
hardest
that
part,
was hard.
the hardest part of all of it was opening up to my husband and finally telling him. And it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have took that long.
Well, you would have been worried about feeling the rejection. Because if you'd blamed
Yes.
yourself all these years, you would have expected that he would have blamed you and then rejected you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I
Right.
told him and he was like, "Why couldn't you have already told me this?" And it was even, I guess, as my husband made him feel even more different because I told his mom, and then I told my kid. You talked to my kids. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Monique, a lot of people like that treat their kids worse.
Yeah.
Dwayne, you're right. Um,
And that's something I've experienced as I've gotten
Yes.
older, has triggered it. Something that's happened to my own kids, or I've been put in a situation that's with somebody that's triggered something that's happened, and then I deal with it where I hadn't dealt with it 20 or 30
yeah,
years ago. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, that is exactly right. When the mind is ready to deal with it, the thing is, then we have to be careful, because one of the things I've found is that our mind will hide it in such a way that it can also change it.
yeah.
So we've got to make
Yeah.
sure that what we're actually dealing with is not our head's
Well,
understanding of it.
Telling it. Yeah.
well, I think
Yeah.
Right.
when I saw their good morning, Ann. Good morning.
Good morning, Ann.
Morning.
Good to see you, sweetie.
But I think when I
Awesome.
saw it
I
come
love you,
across
Ann.
my Facebook page and how sickly and frail he looked, because he's
Yeah.
older than me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so he had to be at least 50, almost 70, but lived a hard life. But when I saw that, I think that is what turned that lock, because he wasn't
True,
there.
man.
He wasn't the boogeyman anymore. He wasn't somebody I had to fear because they weren't here anymore.
I guess. Look, I think it's. Is that how you say
Very true, man.
Monique?
Monique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just reading that, and look, I don't disagree with you with that. But what helps me with situations like that is that in the end, they're the ones that have to answer to God.
Yeah,
Yes.
So they may have not suffered on the earth, but they will certainly
Right.
suffer when it comes to having to
Oh,
answer to
yeah.
God.
Very true. Because you don't mess with his children.
Yep,
but
that's it.
you know, we were such a society that you don't tell things.
Yeah,
I was
No.
raised as a child. You don't tell. You don't tell
Exactly.
that you had a belt. You get woken up with a belt for no reason. I mean, I wouldn't know. You know, be woke up getting my tail whipped with the belt. You know, on my back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't know why or what
Yeah.
rhyme or reason, and you just didn't tell.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
even.
Some people are called a
Mm-mm.
bad seed.
Yes.
Um,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
It just.
there's evil in
I
the
still
world.
have. Yeah. I still have a part of my memory that I don't have still. It's
yeah.
just blank. I can
The,
go from
the mind,
right before, and then I have this blank spot, and then I go right after. But in that blank
yeah,
spot,
the
I
mind has
can't.
shut it off.
Yeah, there's
Um,
nothing there that I can. I can't even. There's nothing that's even makes me want to know what it is. It's just blank.
Yeah,
yeah,
Just
yeah.
and
like black.
you
It's
you
just
may
black.
never know.
I know, and that's fine.
But it's like you
But
can't.
that's your mind, your body. That's the way
We
your
have to
body
understand if you
shuts
have
down.
the light in the world, there's also the darkness.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
And yes, self protection is what Monique said. Self
yeah.
It
protection.
is. It
It is
is.
self protection.
So
Yes.
when somebody like attacked my page one day with like all these comments after the fact, and I said, well, you can't put out the light and love people and put out the light without somewhere along the way darkness is going to come in and try
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
But all you can do is keep surrounding yourself with the light. And oh, Ann, we've talked about all kind of stuff today. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
but even that's why when I am here
But it did
or
come
I'm
to,
with Sandy,
yeah.
this is my go-to place. This is my place I can share what I have inside of me, the love that I have that God's given me to be able to give. And people return it and I feel safe and I'm very happy and it is my light. The darkness can't penetrate here. This is a place the darkness can't come because I know God is here. The darkness can't come through here. And I praise and I thank Him all the time. All of y'all have been a blessing, and it's helped me so much, so much.
Well, and the thing of
Well,
this, Denise, I can visit without leaving the house, because
yes,
right now, um, I
yes,
don't just drive when I want to. And yesterday, before I left to take Tiffany to just up the road to the hospital to have her iron infusions, Casey looked
yes.
at me. He said, "Mom, are you okay?" And I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." "Mom, are you sure you're okay and you can drive?" And I looked at him. I said, "Yes, I'm okay." I said, "If I wasn't, I would not be driving." So this is my way of visiting. Um,
Yeah.
I can visit with all you guys. Um,
Yeah,
I can FaceTime, and in
I
and
love it here.
it's
I was,
a very safe place. I know people
Mm-hmm.
say, "Well, Facebook's awful, YouTube's awful," but still, you're still safe because you're in your house.
yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
when I used to paint murals, I painted and decorated. I did that in my 30s, and I would go to different houses. Kevin was not comfortable with that at all. So I could not have branched out and done that at different houses.
Yeah.
Um, I did clean houses. I did clean houses at one time point. The only time I was uncomfortable when I did that was when I cleaned, and I even took Kevin with me when I answered the ad. And it was a guy that lived way out in the woods. He was single. His teenage son lived there with him sometimes. So when I'd get there, it would be unlocked. And he come up one time when I was still there. And I found some personal items that I really think were meant for me to see. And I just quit. I mean, there was just something about the whole thing that
Mm.
made me uncomfortable. So,
Yeah, that would have been it.
yeah, it was it. It was,
Saw some red
Yeah.
flags.
yeah, a big red
Oh,
flag because it
Yeah.
was
big.
like, oh, oh, you didn't find my tapes, did you? And it was, VCR tapes, and yeah, Monique. So
Mm-hmm.
I finished up that day, and that was it. Um, I think God gives us intuition, and when I
Yeah.
was younger,
Yes.
when I was younger, the intuition did not click on until we took a left turn in.
Yeah.
But
And
Yeah, but it's okay.
I do have to say, when when we took that left
Very true,
turn,
Ben.
that me and that person, I did a lot of crying. I did a lot of
Hold on, I'm gonna be
crying.
right
I
back.
did a lot of praying out loud, and I sure did. I sure did.
yep.
Um, so I don't know if he wasn't used to somebody praying and crying at the same time, but I did. Um, and a lot of
That's the only way to pray.
yeah, and a lot of things after that, shaped my life. And I've
Mm.
talked to Tiffany about that. I told her, I said, when you've gone through something And I said, you have gone through something for a year.
Yep.
I said, it will make you do the opposite of what you think that you would do. I
Yeah.
said, so you have to be very careful because the way that the world treats women when they're out on the streets
Oh yeah.
is very ugly and bad.
Yep.
So I explained to her after what happened with me, I said, I wanted to get control over my own self and never have anybody take from me. So I told her, I said, there's part of you that's going to want to take back what you feel like the street took from you.
Yep.
And I said, but you're walking with both feet, one in this world and one in the street world. And I said, you got to completely come out of the street. And
Amen.
she's not out in the, I mean, she's not living on the streets now. But if you have social media, the street will try to pull you
Yes.
back.
Yes.
And if you're
Yes.
not careful, the same people that you were in the street with will try to still get in touch with you. And they might say, oh, it's great that you're off the street. And then it is still that pull.
Yeah.
It is still that pull if you're talking to the same people. That's
Oh
the way I
yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
You got to get away from it.
yes.
I had to completely remove myself
Mm-hmm.
from everything I knew when I made that decision. And it's hard because it's like you lose your identity. You kind of,
Yeah.
and then you have to create or refine within
Yes.
God your identity again.
Yes.
So and like when they, I guess one way, it's like being reborn,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it hurts coming through that birth canal.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah,
But once you are a baby. You are a
yeah,
Yes.
child, and you're having to.
Yes.
You need people that will help guide you, but you have to be. You have to let your will not be too strong for people to help you.
yeah,
And that's
Very true.
why I still have on their prayers for Tiffany because I'm
yeah,
telling you.
Oh yeah.
It,
Always.
because
and
their
I
journey's not
am.
over.
Good morning, Mama.
Hey,
Hey,
Mama. I
Mama.
love you mostest.
We had a lot of
Love you
people
the
say, tell
mostest.
you, make sure they tell you they love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I
tried to I
love
tried to
you.
find your plaque you bought and couldn't find it. I was going to show Sandy this morning. I looked beside your chair. Look, we know where something is. I know where something is in here amongst the clutter, but nobody else.
Yeah.
See, Tiffany's journey's not finished. In a lot of
No.
ways, it's just begun.
Yes, it
Ann
has.
said, good morning, Mama. Love you very much.
Monique.
No, and it's not.
Monique.
Mm.
Um, and that's what somebody told her, but sometimes people would tell her the exact same thing I told her.
Yeah,
And it's easier to take it from somebody else because mom gets kind of loud and excited and
well,
well, you need to do this. I
You're
get
her
that.
mom.
how
Yeah.
my
And
kids
it, yeah.
explain it to me is that, like, as a mum, you're biased.
You
Yes.
So
blast?
you're biased.
Oh,
So you're going to say something that's complete truth, and they'll see it. But because it's come from mum, because mum's going to love them no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, they're not going to take it seriously. But when they hear it from somebody else, it's like it's a
Oh,
different. It hits a different emotion.
yes, it
Yeah.
does.
And that's how my older kids have explained it to me. It's not that you know we mean nothing. It's just that we mean too much.
Yeah.
Right.
Monique said too close.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And I also, she know, she knows that I can peer into her very soul.
yeah,
They, her and Casey have told my grandson, Mama just knows things. Your
yeah,
nanny just knows things.
yeah.
That's my son always said that. He said,
Like
"Mom,"
my kids,
he said, "I'm
my
gonna tell
kids
you
will
what
lie
I
to me,
did,
and I know.
but I know you already know what I did, but I'm gonna tell you anyway."
Yep.
And I'm like, "Okay." He said, "I already know you know it." He said, "I don't know how
But my
you know."
That
my old,
Go ahead,
Monique
baby.
said it perfectly. And Ann, my daughter is 56 days clean and sober. But like Monique said, she
mm,
has to get to be an adult. There's
yeah,
certain things she's got to, yes, an independent woman. She's got to do some stuff for her own.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
There's things that she needs to fill out. I can't do it for her. Um,
She's
there's
not gonna do it for her.
no. There's like her doctor told her, your disability is that doctor butchered you
You.
when he did your gastric bypass. You were
yeah,
butchered. And he said, so for the rest of your life, you are going to have to do these. You're never going to be in good health. You're always going to have to go and have, because there's a mesh stent in her throat that has to connect her esophagus and her stomach.
yeah.
So all of that has got to,
Yep.
that is a lifelong thing.
Can it be repaired?
Huh? Oh, not
No.
permanently. Not permanently. It will be constantly going and have the pouch stretched a little bit.
So
Um,
she doesn't just need prayer for what she's going through emotionally. She also needs a physical miracle.
yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Um, so
Don't drink that, Jacob. It's got my meds in it.
yeah, Ben. Ben says when we become addicted, our mental emotional growth stops, so we have to catch up to the normal.
Yep.
Yes. Um,
Yeah.
so to fill out for disability, I had to sit down and do it myself, and it is a daunting task, but it's
Yes, it
something
is.
that I, she's going to sit here,
You had to do.
and before social media, I'll just have to tell her, look, if you want to use my computer, you got to do this first. Will she maybe get upset with me? Yes, but you can't, if you don't get on disability, you're not going to be able to pay for your doctors.
My oldest
And
daughter
meds
this
and
week
procedures.
just went through a I don't know. It's like it's an IQ test and until because she's struggling to get a job, and she is on the spectrum, and we can't find her paperwork, and her paperwork's also been lost in the system somewhere, so she's having to go through this whole thing again. And it's
Yeah.
interesting. This last 2 weeks of her filling out this form, and then I had to
You want
fill
to
out
go out?
one,
You want to go out?
and she
Come on.
had to answer questions about herself that she did not like.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really opened her eyes to a lot of things that, and she said to me yesterday that, you know, that was really hard because if she wants a proper diagnosis, if she wants proper help, she has to be truthful.
Yeah.
And this is to help because I think she'll end up on disability as well, because there's a lot of stuff with her being on the spectrum that stops her having that ability to be around people
Yeah.
and to work. The cat just sneezed in Jacob's face. To work, she needs to be able to have those skills that she doesn't have.
Yeah. And you know that's another thing. There'll be something that her sponsor that she's living with will have to fill out too, because they'll have to know where she's living, who lives in the house, and they'll have to fill out something as well. So, I mean, the facility, the women's facility that she was at, even could not keep her there because of her eating disability. So, she can get them to fill out a form as to that. So there's a lot that's got to be done, and she kind of gets it from me and Casey. Sometimes you don't want to have to deal with some stuff like that. And you put it
up like that myself.
Yeah,
like
you put it off to the last minute.
Yep.
I usually file my taxes on April 14th.
I still haven't done mine. I need to do mine.
So I tend to, if somebody gives me a deadline,
yeah,
I will do things at the last very minute. I'm a very last minute person.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the reason why I haven't done mine yet is because of the pandemic, and because we've been given money from the government, like we got these little grant things to help us through. I almost feel guilty going for my tax, because it's like I feel like I'm taking money from other people that need it.
But
because I've been given a grant that equals the same amount to what I'm going to get back anyway.
But you're going to need that help, because you really don't know what's to come.
No, I've got no idea. No idea.
But you got to do it.
But it is hard. And that right there is when you emotionally shut down when you have something to do. If you emotionally just shut down, I did. I come across pictures from a few years ago from where I had all my paperwork sitting on my bed and me just sitting there looking at it. And I took a picture, or I took a picture of all my paperwork on my kitchen table, and my refrigerator was open. And I took a picture of it because I'm like, what in the world? I had so much going on up here, even though I had a lawyer. I had so much going on up here. Everything was scattered. I don't even remember leaving the refrigerator open. And I just sit down and I cried. I just sit down and I cried.
Yeah.
But I had to do it. I had to do it.
It's overwhelming.
Yes. It was left up to me to get all the legal stuff up. But the lawyers don't really do it. So
no.
That's why I said when everything was over, I wanted to be able to help other people and let them know, hey, I understand what that feels like, because you want to give up, and it is hard.
And I'm really grateful when it comes to the housing part of things, because we're in housing commission, and the fact that the house is falling apart underneath us because of the black mold. Mark's worker for his NDIS. That was really loud. And that scared the daylights out of me.
Sorry.
And my worker helping me with housing, because we had issues with housing before this even happened, have done all the hard work for me.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have just let the house fall down and us all get sick amongst it because of the mold. Because emotionally, with this particular year, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Well, that's why I can understand how she feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I told her, well, I just take you to the Social Security office.
Yeah.
But they're closed.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Everything's got to be done online. So I'm
Yeah.
like, now we're back at square one again.
I
I
think
know,
you can still
but
ring them.
she
Well, I
can
think you
talk
can
to
ring them.
somebody online to help ask questions and stuff.
So you said you think you can call them?
I'm pretty
There
sure
is,
the
yes,
lines are still open for calling.
right. That you
Like their
can talk
offices
to
are
someone.
closed, but I'm pretty sure they're still working from home.
Yes.
Well, I know they are here, but I'm assuming they would be over where you guys are as well.
I do believe.
Yeah, there is. She can
I do
actually talk
believe
to
I still
someone.
had somebody call me when I done it online, and I believe somebody called me. So we'll get it done. But it's like when you have to have procedures done,
Mm.
Yeah,
you've got to hurry up and make sure
you've
that you
got to
can
do
have a
them.
way to pay for those procedures.
Well,
Right.
I know here we have time limits to how long they will allow the case to stay open before they'll close it for us, even if you don't have the information. Don't get the information in on the right time,
Watch
they
out.
close the case.
Okay.
I don't know how they do it
Let's
over
sit
there,
down.
but I know Social Security do. Like we recently had a review for Mark because I'm his carer, and we had a deadline of 2 weeks before we had to get all the documentation, and I'm like, well, how do we do that in a lockdown 4?
Yeah,
And like they had to go off a lot of old information. That's no guarantee that if things come
yeah,
back up moving that we're going to have to do it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and that was stressful because I'm thinking, God, here we go, all in the one, 2 weeks. We'd
All over
had a
again.
massive storm come through. We lost our power. Our water was contaminated,
Yep.
and
Oh,
now you're
yeah.
trying to tell me I'm going to lose my payments. That was
Yep.
really stressful.
But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And when everything comes against you like that, it almost freezes you up to where
Yeah,
and
I
I'm the
froze.
type, yeah, I'm the type that I would just go to bed and
Yeah,
hide myself away.
and if it wasn't for the kids, that's probably what I would have done.
Yeah.
But they would jump on me, and I'd have to get up, and because they wanted something, or that.
And that's kind of what, Casey and Kevin and MawMaw kept me going
Mm,
because,
Yeah.
and people would tell me, don't give up. That's what they want you to do is just give up. Or,
yeah,
Oh, yeah. They do.
and you internalize, you feel like, well, I should be able to work, but yeah, in 2 minutes I'm going to have to stop because we've been on here going on 3 hours. And
yeah,
so by the time I quit, I'm probably going to have to go lay down
yeah.
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
stretch
I'm
out.
sure.
So that's the
That's what I'll be
part.
doing. I'll be boxing those roosters, and I'll be going straight to bed.
So
Love you
that's the
guys. Hey,
part
Joel.
that a judge doesn't see. A
No,
judge doesn't see, or somebody else that could come across. Well, they seem fine to me,
Yeah.
but seeing somebody's face doesn't always tell you how they feel
What's
either
going
up
on
here,
inside?
yep,
yeah, or physical pain. You tend to,
Exactly.
most of us are brought together because we can't work, because
yep,
we do have
Yes.
mental or physical pain.
Yes.
So that's what has brought us all together and how we met. And I get my strength from, of course, the Lord.
yeah,
He is my
Oh,
strength.
yeah.
But He has
Yes.
also brought me wonderful people in my life, like every one of you guys,
Amen.
yeah,
um, that has helped me and
Yeah,
motivated
y'all
me
keep me going.
to do something other than just stay in my jammies.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got on
Oh,
clothes
Yep.
thank you,
today.
Ben. Thank you, Ben. I have had
And it's
many
just,
motivators.
yeah.
Mm.
But
Y'all,
okay, it's 12. It is 12 o'clock. I love you guys.
okay. I love you guys.
Love you guys.
God bless you. God bless your families.
And
And
your
God
world.
bless you and your world. That's my LizzAnn saying. Until tomorrow.
Yep.
Goodbye and
God
love.
bless.